Hey kids, it's Mrs. Bernal. I just wanted to go over the answers with you from page 586 that I assigned for this week, solving two steps equations, and you did 1 through 26. And so I'm going to, I believe, turn off the camera so you can just look at the screen and focus on the answers. So remember to pause as often as you need to. Rewind if you need to, and just check out your answers. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email, or you can comment on the comment sections on Google Classroom. And I hope you're all doing well and you're sticking with it. So keep up the great work. Okay? All right, so here we go. I'm going to not share the camera anymore. Should be. All right, great. So I think the camera is not there anymore. All right. So you should look at number 1. This was how do you solve a two-step equation. So some of you may have said it in different ways, but basically you need to get rid of all the constants on one side and make sure you just isolate the variable and solve for the variable. Okay? All right, number 2 is B, 3 was D, 4 was C, and 5 was A. Okay. All right. So also I'm going to show the work and the check. And so, like I said, pause as you need to, because I'm just going to tell you what the solution is, what the variable is for each one. So if I go fast, like I said, just pause so that way you can check out your work. Okay. All right. So for number 6, the solution V is -2. For 7, B is -3. For number 8, K is 3 4/5. If you left it as 19/5, that's fine too, okay? Either is fine. All right, number 9, T is -4. Number 10, you should have gotten -1.825. Okay. Also, just to know, like, for example, when you get to the part where you have 8n equals -14.6 and you have to divide by 8, you can do that part in your calculator. Please do. We are past the part where you will have to be doing these longhand and by paper pencil. And in fact, Mrs. Cook will expect you to do a lot of calculator work. So make sure you're using your calculator for these. Okay, then for number 11, G is 4.22. 12 would have been -1.5. If you had -5 halves, that's fine. If you did -2.5, any of those are okay. Okay, so there was the work and there's a check for 12. All right, 13, 3.5. Okay. 14 should have gotten -2 3/5. If you had -13/5, that's fine as well. For 15, the answer should have been H is -3.5. Okay, pause is needed. All right, for 16, F is 3.1. F is 3.1. Okay, and they're showing the solution, right, how to work the problem out and the check. All right, 17, Y is -6.4. 18, the error was that the steps are out of order. Okay, the first step should have been to add 6 to each side, and x is -2. Okay, 19, each side should be divided by -3, not just 3. Okay, so then the answer would have been x is 3. Okay, all right, 20, G is -5. Remember, you can pause anytime. All right, 21. 21 is 1 1/3, or if you had 4/3. Okay, that's A. And then there's the check. If you wanted to. Remember, I'm not requiring you to do the check, but you should know how to check your answer. Okay, you sub back in what you got for your variable and make sure that it does equal what it's supposed to. All right, so 22, Z is -1/4. if you had negative 0.25. But I would really encourage you to keep these in fractions. It's much easier to work with the fractions than to try to turn it into decimal and then put it back in a fraction and yada yada. Okay, so solution is z equals negative 1/4 on that one. So remember to pause as needed. Okay, 23. B is 13.5. 13.5 is B. And there's the check. Okay, 24x is negative 3/28. And then there's the check for that. Okay, so the solution is x equals negative 3/28. Also, remember, we're doing this on honor system, so I gave you the assignment. Here are the answers. I know that you could copy this. That's, obvious. However, if you go on to, or when you go on to algebra in the fall, this is exactly what you're going to do the first week. And you guys are going to be going at a lightning speed. So if you don't have good practice now, you're going to have a very rough return to school in the fall. Okay, so might as well put in the work now, so that way it's not as difficult in the fall. Okay, 25. V equals negative 1/30. V equals negative 1/30. There's all that work. Okay, what you do to one side, you do to the other. You go step by step, and then there's that check. All right, and then 26. There are the words. You let x be the number of hours, right? So the temperature at 135 plus the temperature change per hour times the number of hours. And then when you solve for x, and it says it equals negative 1, and then when you solve for x, you should have gotten 9. So it'll take 9 hours for the temperature to get down to negative 1. That's what you should have gotten, okay? All right, let's see if I can move this. No, I can't move this. Whoops. All right. Well, you can see it when I click on it like that. Okay. All right. So again, if you need to, go back through, rewatch this, anything that you need to look at, pause, etc., etc. All right. So keep up the good work. I'm going to cancel the Zooms for this week. I think that kids are getting a little zoomed out. So there you go, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there. And I know that, this is an odd time for sure, but hopefully you guys have a great day with your moms, or your grandmas or your aunts or whoever is with you. And big shout out to you guys for working so hard, okay? So take it easy, be well, and I'll see you next week. Remember, no Zoom on Friday. See you guys later. Bye.